Hey, here we go. Last lesson of this whole module. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to do great. Well, I think it's going to be the last lesson. We'll see. This is lesson 3.8, dimensional analysis, part 2, conversion rates. I've now been talking all day long since 7 in the morning. It's now midnight. My voice is shot, so I hope I'm able to get all of this going. This is what happens to me when I talk too much. It's great. So I have 49 miles per hour, and I'm turning it into feet per second. I need to convert this into this, whatever it is. I need to convert these units into these. This, by the way, is how fast a hummingbird can fly. A hummingbird can fly 49 miles per hour. Is that not the coolest thing ever? That is so cool. Crap, I can't even ride my bike that fast. Not that I would want to, because that sounds kind of dangerous, but that's a lot. That's really fast. It's a tiny little bird. All right, so either way, I need to turn 49 miles per 1 hour into feet per second. So I'm going to be very clear in what I want to do so that way I can make that happen. So I like to list out the different conversion factors that I'm going to need to make this occur. So a couple of things that I'm going to write. Let's just talk miles to feet or feet to miles. 5,280 feet is in 1 mile. So those are equal to each other. 5,280 feet equal 1 mile. Hopefully you can kind of see that. It's kind of tiny. Sorry. And then, so that would get me miles to feet. Now I have to think hours to seconds. How many? Let's do a baby step, like hours to minutes. How many minutes are in an hour? There's 60 minutes in an hour. Those are equal to each other. And then I know there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So this hours to minutes, minutes to seconds will get me there. So now I need to take these and multiply the heck out of this thing. I'm going to do at least 3 conversions to get this to turn from miles to hours into feet per second. So I need to now be really logical with how I want to deal with all of this. I started out tackling feet to miles, so I might as well continue with that. I'm going to go with what I have here. I need to make sure I convert my miles into feet. So this miles needs to turn into feet. The miles is in the numerator, so I need my feet to be in the numerator in the long run. I need the feet to cancel out the miles down below. So if feet are in the numerator, notice I put miles here. I need it to become feet. I tried to be very explicit about that. My miles are in the numerator. My feet need to be in the numerator. So I'm going to write this conversion factor, 5,280 feet right there over 1 mile. And I do that so that way the miles will cancel out. 49 miles versus 1 mile. Miles cancel it out. That dimension is gone. The only dimension that's still here in terms of distance is now feet. Now let's tackle hours. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So our hours needs to change to this intermediate step of minutes, which will help me get to seconds. So hours needs to turn into minutes. So my new unit will be minutes. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. So I'm now going to add my 60 right next to that minutes, and I have 1 hour. And now my hours have canceled out. But now I need these minutes to turn into seconds. So I'm going to do that same thing. Minutes need to become seconds. And 60 seconds equals 1 minute. So I'm going to write my 60 next to that seconds and 1 minute on top. And so now my minutes will cancel out because one's in the numerator and one's in the denominator. So I want to now make sure that all of my dimensions on the top, there's only 1 left behind. And same with on the bottom. Is there only 1 left behind? And hopefully they are feet per second. So let's look at this. There's no dimensions here. I get feet here. Hopefully that's the only one. Hours are gone, minutes are gone. Good. I have feet as my only dimension that hasn't been crossed out by something else on the bottom. Over here on the bottom, Hours have been crossed out, miles have been crossed out, minutes have been crossed out, seconds are the only thing that's left behind. Awesome. By doing all of this math that I have here, all of those conversion factors, I have now turned miles per hour into feet per second. And now I actually have to do the calculations and do the math, okay? So if I look at this numerator, I'm going to multiply 49 by 5,280 by 1 by 1. And so I'm technically doing this. 49 times 5,280 times 1 times 1. And technically these ones don't matter because multiplying by 1 is just 1, right? It is just what it was previous, or it is the other unit previous, number previous, whatever. I'm really getting crazy. On the bottom, I have 1 times 60 times 60 seconds. So 1 times 1 times 60 times 60 seconds. Now I need to do this math. 49 times 5,280 times 1 equals, when I put all of that into my calculator, I get 528,720 feet. Look how accurate I am. If you put that in your calculator, you will get exactly this number. Be as specific as possible. Do not round until the very last second. Try to be as specific as you possibly can. If I look at this bottom part, 1 times 60 times 60 is 3,600 seconds. Again, 1 times 60 times 60 is 3,600 seconds. No rounding has occurred yet. Now I need to turn this into a unit rate. That's my final job. I need to get per second, feet per second, per 1 second. So that means I need to do unit rate stuff. That means I'm dividing the top and bottom by this number that's on the bottom, which is 3,600. And when I do that, a hummingbird, this is how fast a hummingbird travels in feet per second. Check this number out. It is so huge. This is crazy. Is 71.87 feet per second. 71.87 feet per second. A hummingbird can fly at 49 miles per hour. That means it travels at 71.87 feet per second. Check my math. I mean, I think I did this wrong. I mean, that's so fast. Imagine 1 second, boom, that hummingbird has gone 71 feet. That's enormous. Oh my gosh, that's huge. All right, guys, that's huge. That's a third of a football field. A hummingbird travels a third of a football field. Well, like a quarter of a football field. That's huge in 1 second. Anyway, that's crazy. Dimensional analysis takes you from units to a new set of units. You can potentially do multiple steps to get there. It can be potentially really cumbersome, but as long as you are staying very organized, like this, you'll also see me in my notes. You'll see us do this. So whenever you see a slash, it sort of hints that you have a different conversion that you're doing. As long as you're staying very organized and you're making sure you're being deliberate about replacing your units, you will be able to do this very, very quickly, even though it'll be very intense numbers. So at this point in time, please do the must-do problems. Start working on your exit paths when you are ready for it, and don't hesitate to ask questions, because again, this is probably our culminating hardest topic that we get into in Module 3. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.